I've chosen sustainable development because it is a rather innocent looking concept that when you put to governments in particular and finance ministries around the globe, everybody agrees. Everybody says, oh yeah, great concept, we buy this. Governments have signed up to this formally. Yeah? But in fact, it's a far from simplistic concept. And I've put in caps one of the issues in there that's a particular problem for economists, and that is it doesn't talk very much about wants and preferences. It talks about needs. And when Brundtland talks about needs, it means a much more fundamental idea than just wants and preferences. And so that's the first hidden issue in here for economists. Circular economy idea was just a way of getting into the mechanics of the economic process. So if we're all going to be guided by sustainable development, what are the mechanics involved inside the economy? Yeah? And across the boundary between the environment and the economy, and the circular economy has been going ever since. And I've got the most recent, like everything else in academia, it's been subject to a long debate about definition. Personally, I don't have much time for definitional debates. It's good for filling up your publication list, but let's do something practical here. Do some analysis. Anyway, circular economy, just a very simple way. That worked well. Not down to me. Circular economy, so resources, production, consumption, welfare, and utility. The idea is the economy is actually driven by physics in part. And the two laws of main laws of dynamics in physics. First law says that matter and energy can't be destroyed when you produce and consume stuff. Yeah, the stuff is still in the environment, still in the economy. Second law of thermodynamics says, unfortunately, that stuff, once we've produced it and consumed it, becomes high entropy rather than low entropy, which means it's disorganized rather than organized in physical terms, and therefore more difficult to deal with, and we end up with waste going into the environmental sink. The second law also shows you that 100% recycling is not possible in thermodynamic terms. Just to be careful, I spent too long in a science department. It's also not possible to have an infinitely sustainable economic system and society either. So I'm working on the principle that we keep everybody going for the next 1,000 or 2,000 years, that's fair enough. When the heat death comes, which is the way thermodynamics works in the end, when the heat death comes X billion years from now, somebody else's problem. Okay. So two ideas then, sustainable development as the umbrella and the circular economy as the mechanics driving the system.